You're wondering if you went onto the wrong Zoom, you mean?
Yes, I was like wondering. Yeah.
Forgot my camera was upside down.
Yeah, well, it was a nice looking piece of meat right there.
Yaakov, you're willing to, if you want to stop by before, we can call the share for 12:30.
Peretz, I don't believe you showing up before 12:30 anyways.
That's all true.
So you bring me a
Yeah,
piece.
Invitation open for everybody?
Yaakov, Starbucks has the cold brew that you used to sell in the fridge. It has an OUD on it, but the ingredients is only coffee. Is that OUDE?
You gotta ask the OU. I would assume it's
Aaron, look on the line. Sometimes they post. I know the Oreo cookies. They posted a whole thing of which ones are milchik kalim and which ones aren't.
I want to put it out for tonight for people to have iced coffee.
I mean, it might be. You know what? What's his name? Sofer. He answers for the OU.
Who's Sofer?
Rabbi Lovett's son-in-law. What's his name? Hanan?
No idea what you're talking about.
Sofer. You know Sofer that.
We're recording.
No Sofer. I'm not. No, it's a.
Sofer, Beach Ninth, Aaron. Beach Ninth, dude.
Oh, Bobby Sofer?
Yeah, the grandson married a Lovett.
Married Baruch Lovett's kid?
Yeah.
Yosef.
I married Yosef Lovett's kid? The Rebbe?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Where's my stuff?
I'm texting him now. I'm sorry, but they'll find out. It's a schechted tzibur, so.
From Yaakov, the Tanya and Rav Kivega, most of their lives, they overlapped. The Tanya was born 15 years before Rav Kivega, and Rav Kivega died about 20 years after the Tanya.
Taka?
So they had like 30, 40 years overlap.
Oh, so the Maisa, right. Okay, the Maisa makes sense. I mean, yeah, very good. Yeah. Okay, so let's go. Okay, I text him. We'll see what he says. Talk to Mishnah, yeah? On Lamed, hey, Amud Beis. This is tomorrow's daf. Right? Yeah. Oh, okay. I wanted to ask somebody about this Gemara with why Yosef, why that has anything to do with learning, right? What the kasha we left off with yesterday. Right? Okay, Zog the Mishnah. Baloi Eitzel Paroi, 4 lines up from the bottom. Baloi Eitzel Paroi. He came to his para, to his own para, meaning.
What's that? Yaakov, how old was Yosef when he went? Wasn't he 17 or 16?
I don't know.
When they sold him? I thought he was like 16.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so you send away a 16-year-old, you send him to a place where there's no Jews at all. You know what I mean? That the guy knows brachas. To me, that's considered a learned person.
What do you mean he knows brachas?
Everything he said is
basically
brachas.
Oh, you mean like that? So Mimela shows that he learned.
Yeah, at least he chazered.
I hear.
Okay,
maybe. All right, that's it. No, okay, not a bad teretz. I hear that. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so Bala it's a para. He came to his para, right? Upara haya aimed bein ulam mizbeach, and his para was between the ulam and the mizbeach. But Rashi, right? The ulam is the I don't know how do you touch a ulam? The hall, or whatever it is, and the mizbeach. Rosh l'darim upana of lamayrav. His head, right, towards the south, not his, the animal. His head was towards to the south, but its face was turned to the west. And the Kayin stood to the east of it, and his face was towards the west. And he did smicha, he leaned on it, and he did the vidui. Right? Which you're going to see in Amud Beis, what is with the order there? Right? All this from the Yom Kippur davening. Right, then they answered, right? Whoever was there heard him say, Baruch Shem. Right? Meaning anytime, what the pshat in this is, even though the Mishnah doesn't exactly say it, but it's anytime Hashem's name was said in the Beis Hamikdash, you had to say Baruch Shem Kvod Machzor Le'olam Va'ed, right? There was no Amen. Then it was in the Beis Hamikdash, there was no Amen. It was Baruch Shem Kvod Machzor Le'olam Va'ed. Yeah? Fine. So Zog the Gemara on Tamid Aleph. Man shamas lei da Amar bein ulam mizbeach tzafon. Who said that it's considered tzafon between the ulam and the mizbeach? So it's a three-way machlokes. So we answer Rebbe Elazar Reb Shimon here, and the one that says that it's considered the north is Rebbe Elazar Reb Shimon. The Tanya Ezu tzafon. What's considered the north? Mekir shamazbeach tzfaini. That's from the north of the wall of the north wall. Bad kaisel hazara until the kaisel or the zara, and then connected kol mizbeach kuloi tzafon, and anything opposite the mizbeach is considered to the north. The art scroll has a very good chart on this. Divrei Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda. So Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda says basically it goes from the wall, right, from the wall of the mizbeach till the kaisel, till the wall of the azara. And then opposite, that whole area is considered north. Rabbi Elazar Reb Shimon, if he added on to that, even between the ulam and the mizbeach is considered north, meaning north is where you have to schechted the karbanos, so that's all considered north. And Rabbi Moisef, af makom drisas ragle kehanim, even if it was not mamish opposite there, but just where the kehanim walked, that's also considered north. So theoretically, if the kohen would do the vidui over there, so then that would also be fine, right? V'af makom drisas ragle Yisrael, and even the place where the Yidden walked, meaning Yidden as opposed to Kohanim, right? So whatever they walked, which is more towards the Mizrach, that's towards the east of the Mizbeach, that's still considered north. But from the Chalif, right? The Chalif is a nickname for knives, right? The Chalif, right? For Shechita, for Bris. But the place where they put the knives, meaning that it was like sort of like, I don't know if it was a locker room exactly, right? But it was some place where the Kahana put these things down. Then I call Moedim Shapuzzle. Everybody's Moeda that little area is going to be puzzled, right? Meaning it's basically like a T, right? The letter T, right? The Hechel, the bottom part goes like this, and it sticks out. The bottoms of the T's stick out. So those two edges that stick out from the rest, but a Hechel is not considered part of the northern part. Okay, whatever it is. So the Gemara says, "Lemi Rebbe Elazar bar Reb Shimon he v'loi Rabbi." So then why don't we say that this Mishnah is going according to Rebbe Elazar bar Reb Shimon and not Rebbe, because he said it has to be mamish to the north. So Gemara says, "No, if you tema Rebbe, you could even say that's Rebbe. Rebbe hashta ad Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda Moisef." Right, because if Rebbe now adds on to Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda, and the Rebbe Elazar Rabbi Shimon loy Moisef, is it possible that he's not adding on to Rebbe Elazar Rabbi Shimon? Meaning, each shita is adding on more area than the other shita. Right, the first shita means that's directly by the across from the mizbeach. Then the next shita, who is it? Rabbi Yehuda. I'm sorry, Rabbi Yehuda was the first sheet. Then Rabbi Elazar Shimon added on a little bit, and then Rebbe added on to that. So it can't be that he's only adding on to one and not to the other. So then that's what I lost the place. Right, so it can't be. So the Mamela, it's not just Rabbi Elazar Reb Shimon. It's not Rabbi Elazar Shimon Blafuke Rebbe. If you hold it, it's Rabbi Elazar Shimon, then it has to be Rebbe too. Meaning Rebbe's opinion of what's considered north of the Mizbeah, the north part of the Ulam or the Heichel, is automatically inclusive of Rabbi Elazar Reb Shimon. Right. So if you're saying that the Mishnah is like Rabbi Shimon, it's also like Rebbe. So, Anon. So Gemara asks, Anon hachika amrinan. This is what we're saying. No, if it's Rebbe, then why can't you put the animal when he's doing the vidui, put it anywhere in the Azara? I mean, why are you saying that it has to be between the Heichel and the Mizbeach? Right? So then it sounds like it's not like Rebbe. Elamai, the Gemara answers, Elamai Rebbe Lazar Reb Shimon. He must be it's Rebbe Lazar Reb Shimon. So then why don't you just say that he should do it between the Mizbeach and the wall? Elamai is Chalamer. What are you going to say? You're going to say because it's weak, because of the weakness, right? Everything is being done by the one Kohen, the Kohen Gadol, which we had this before. So the male, the reason why you want to do it closer is so that the Kohen Gadol has to walk less. So the Rebbe Nami Mishum Choshev the Kohen Gadol. According to Rebbe also, yes, it could be you can do it anywhere in the Heichel. Could be, or you'd be fine to do it in anywhere in the Heichel. But why should you make the Kohen Gadol walk so far? Right? So therefore, it's fine. Yeah. Fine. So Rosh Daram upon of the Myra. So his head is to the south, and the face goes to the west. Now, an animal is not an L shape. If anybody if for those city slickers out there, animals don't go in L shapes, right? They go, they're long, and that's it. So how do you have it facing the south? It's faced to the south, and its head, to the south, and its face is to the east. So what's up, Shat? So how do you find it? You got to bend its head. You bend its head. Okay, so why don't you just put him that way? Put the head to the Ma'ariv, to the west, and the back of it to the east. So Amarabaya, we're afraid it's going to go to the bathroom right in the face, literally, of the Mizbeach. It would really be a bizoyan for it to go into the face go to the bathroom in the face of the Mizbeach. So so therefore you put the back away from the Mizbeach, but you want it to be facing the west, so therefore you turn its head. Yes, the Tana Rabbana. Ketzad Soimech has Ketzad Soimech. How does he do smicha? So Hazevach Aymed B'tzafon upon of Lamayrav, the what do you call it? This is not talking about the animal by the Yom Kippur. This is talking about stam. How did they do smicha on an animal?
So smicha is different. It's not all the same. Smicha is not always the same.
It seems most of the time it's the same. For Yom Kippur, it seems like they did it a little bit differently. But I don't know why they do it differently for Yom Kippur. Right? I think let's see how it goes. I think it is slightly different. Right, so Ketzad Saimach, Hazevach Aymed B'tzafon, the animal is in the north, Upan of Lamayrav, and its face is to the west, right? And the reason why does the smicha have to be in the north? The shechita has to be in the north, not the smicha. So the reason is because the smicha has to be right before the shechita, right? Yeah. So it's So then, and the Saimach Aymed B'mizrach Upan of Lamayrav, and the Saimach stands in the east and is faced to the west. And he puts both his hands between both horns. But he's got to make sure that there's no chatzitza between his hand and the head of the animal. And he makes on a chatos, he makes the vidui, right, confession on the avon of chatos. Va'al asham avon asham, and on an asham he does the asham. Va'al oila avon leket shikha and peya, right? And it's very interesting. Ma'aser sheni the Bach takes out, but on an oila he does the chet. He does confession on leket shikha and peya. Leket is when they're gathering the grain or any fruits or whatever it is from the field, and it falls. So then that goes to you're not allowed to go back and pick it up. That's leket. Shikha is that if they forgot to cut it down, you're not allowed to go back and get that. And peya is that the corner of every field you have to leave tanim. So all these three things will get left tanim. So if somebody
this is in Yana Diyoma Rus. Like
Very
a
good,
chicken
Taka.
pay.
I didn't think about that. Right. It's in the other. It's second day Yom Tov. But yeah. Right.
In Eretz Yisrael, it's tomorrow. Rus is tomorrow.
Correct. Yeah. That's right. Tomorrow. So the carbon oil can do it. If you messed up and you went back and got these things, so then you would bring a carbon oil to do kapara. That's what Rabbi Yosef says. And oil doesn't only comes for, see, that's a loisa, say, like a chicken pay. Means don't go back and pick up any of these things. But Rabbi Kiva says, the oil only comes on a mitzvah saseh, meaning if you messed up on a mitzvah saseh, an aval loisa shenitik laseh, and also a loisa that gets fixed by an aseh. Right, so here it sounds like even though you fix the aseh, you still have to bring the carbon. Right, meaning if you steal from somebody. Let's say you steal from somebody. So what do? You fix it by returning it. That's a lav that you fix by doing an aseh. So since there's no punishment for leka chikopeya, and there's no punishment for a lav anitik laseh, so therefore you bring a carbon oil. You could bring a carbon oil to get a kapara for that. So by my biflagi, what is the pshat in this machlokes? Right? Amar of Yirmiyah. So Yirmiyah said on Talmud Beis. Beloved nevela committed. They're having a machlokes by the lav of nevela. Now, what does it say by the lav of nevela? It says lakel of tashlichon also. Right? It says if you shouldn't eat the basar. What's the beginning of the pasuk? Loisaychol. What's it called? Loisaychol basar nevela lakel of tashlichon also. Whatever it says, don't eat the basar of nevela. Nevela means it wasn't schechted properly, or it wasn't schechted at all. And then you give it to the dogs. Right? So is that you're gonna give it to the dog? That's a mitzvah saseh. But the question is, what kind of nitik aseh is that? If it's before you ate it, right? It's saying take a nevela and feed it to the dog. Well, if you ate the nevela, you're not fixing it by giving it to the dog. Clearly, unless you throw it up and then you give it to the dog, which is not what the Torah is talking about, right? So what can it be talking about? And if you didn't eat it, what did you do wrong? Right? So is that considered a lav hanitik la'aseh? Meaning anytime you have a lav that's followed by an aseh that's associated with it, does that mean that it's a lav hanitik la'aseh? So we're saying, belav de nevela comifliki, the machlokes here is whether a lav nevela is considered, it's fixed by an aseh, in which case there is no kapara, and therefore you bring the carbon oil on it. Meaning a regular standard lav gets malchus. The default is you get malchus. So you don't need to bring a carbon because the kapara is if you get smacked. So again, belav and avela comifliki. They're arguing about lav and avela. Rabbi Kiva saw a lav ma'aliyah. Rabbi Kiva holds it's a lav ma'aliyah. It's a regular standard lav. So therefore, you get malchus, and you don't need to bring a carbon oil on that. I say, you saw a lav ma'aliyah, who it's not a lav ma'aliyah, and therefore you would bring a carbon oil on it. Abaya says different. He says the lav of nevela is not a regular standard lav. Here we're talking about when it says by leket shikchon peya, it says after that you should. It says that you should leave it over. Yeah. Taziv sounds like you have a chiyuv to leave these things over. Right? No, it's mashma now. Right? Meaning when you forgot and you took the leket shikchon, or you didn't. Well, you took a leket and shikchon, and you went back and you gathered it, or you didn't leave the payah. Then you have a chiyuv to then give it over, right? So that's why since there's a chiyuv for you to give it back over to the aniyim, so there's no punishment. Therefore, you would get malchus. You would not get malchus, and therefore you bring the carbon oil on it. Okay, fine. Tanarabana, Ketzan Mizvada. So how does he make vidui? So he says, Avisi Pashati v'chatasi. I hope anybody remembers the Yom Kippur davening. It would help to have a machzor now. But he says, Avisi Pashati v'chatasi. So we're going to see exactly what types of aveiros these are. V'chein b'se'ira mishtaleach. And the same thing when he sends out the goat and he knocks it off the mountain. He says, V'esvada olav es kol avonos b'nei Yisrael, all the aveiros of Klal Yisrael, es kol k'sheyem l'chol chatoisam. By Moshe, right? When Moshe is talking about Hashem, that Hashem forgives. He says, Noisei avain b'fesha v'chata'ah. Dear Rebbe Kiva. So you see that avain comes first, then pesha, then chata. When it says avainos, that means things that are done b'mezid. So you see something with chorus is considered an avain. Peshayim elu hamaradim. That's pesheya means you're just rebellious, right? You're a mardim. The king of Mayav was Pesheya against me, meaning he was he rebelled. And it also says Oz Tifsha Levana Be'esahi and I'm sorry, not Levana, Livna, right? Livna Be'esahi, right? That's also rebellious. Rashi says L'chol Chatosam Elu Ashkogos, and Chatos is Shkogos. So again, an Avayin according to the Chachamim is on purpose. Peshoim is rebellious, and Chatos is by mistake. When somebody does a chet, peshoigig. Fine. So now the question comes, right? If you already did vidui, and you confessed and you said that you did things on purpose and you did things rebellious, then you're going to do al chatayim, right? What did a mayor say? Avisi, Pashati, Chatasi. Avisi and Pashati are the ones that you really deserve. Those are the worst. And then, so if you already did tshuva on that, so how are you going? Then you're going to go say do tshuva on the Chatas. Doesn't make sense. You should be going up in levels of tshuva. This is what you have to say. Chatasi, Avisi, Upashati. Right? The chet is the mistake. Avisi is on purpose, and Pashati is the ones that you rebel. Once he's asking what's that? He says that's what you have to change it to. Okay, so now 1 second. So you see the Chachamim bring a few psukim, right, from David, Shlomo, right? That it goes in the order of chet goes first. That's l'chayra very strong kasha on Rameir. However, Rameir has Moshe Rabbeinu on his side. Elamau shomer Moshe noisei amud v'fesha v'chata. Amar Moshe l'fnei Hakadosh Baruch Hu Rebbeinu Shalom b'shashi Yisrael chaytin l'fanecha v'aysin tshuva. When Klal Yisrael does a chet in front of you and does tshuva, asay lehem zdainos kishkagas. What he meant is make what they do on purpose like shkagas. Right? This is, I think, the one that everybody talks about before Yom Kippur, right? That you're davening. If you're davening, so Hashem make the things you did on purpose as if they were done by mistake. Yeah. So whatever it is. So Rameir has Moshe Rabbeinu to back him up, and the Chachamim have David and Daniel and Shlomo, but not Moshe. And they explain Moshe. He's just saying make the ones that are done on purpose to make it by mistake. What were you saying, Gershon?
Isn't Mazid on top of the food chain? Mazid is worse than Myrid, no?
Mazid. Yeah. So
once they're asking, why don't you say Chatasi at the beginning? It should be Chatasi Pashati.
What does Mazid mean?
Mazid means with no anger. Just doing
What's Myrid mean?
Acting on anger to rebel.
So maybe that's worse. The guy wants to eat a hot dog at McDonald's. So what's the big deal? So he had to type it to eat a hot dog. So he did it b'mezid. He didn't rebel. He didn't rebel. He was the center for mincha, but he wanted to eat. He went to daven mincha, and then he wanted to eat a hot dog. No, it's not a rebellion. Rebellion's worse. Rebellion, they asked the guy to come to mincha. He says, "Go fight. I'm not coming to mincha. I'm going to eat a hot dog. Besides, not coming to mincha."
That's how amazing it is. I don't know what that is. It's kind of
You just told me it's Myrid.
No, Mazid is worse than Myrid.
Well, I'm asking you how. I'm asking you why is it worse?
So I'm saying, amazing is when someone.
You didn't give me an example. You didn't give me an example that's worse.
I'm trying to.
This is a schmooze. This is a schmooze for mashgiach on what's considered worse. No,
I guess so.
I don't know. Mazid has always been worse.
I mean I thought. Listen, in the jargon that the Welt uses, hey, he's a pesheya. Meaning a pesheya is like, oh yeah, right, like that's what you
Right,
said.
exactly.
Okay, but I
Yeah.
don't know if we could bring rayas from what we call a pesheya.
I think in the Hashkafas farm, it's also brought this way. Mazid is when someone calmly says, Abishta, you said I shouldn't do this. I'm bedafke going and doing it because you said not to.
That's Moirid.
No. Mayrid is when someone does it out of anger. I'm angry at you, Hashem, so I'm going to do this because you told me not to. That's less. There's emotion behind it.
Yeah.
I don't mean to. I'm not doing it because the Abishta told me. I'm doing it because I'm mad at the Abishta, whatever that means.
I don't know. Okay, but let's finish up so the island could go prepare for Yom Tov. We could stay on a little after, even though I didn't shower yet. So, anyways, Omar, I shouldn't be misvada.
Yaakov, if you want, we could give you that card that has all the hilchas showering on Yom Tov.
Don't worry. I got it next to my bed. So Omar Rav Shmuel, Omar Rav halacha kedivrei chachamim. So Rabba says the halacha kedivrei chachamim. Pshita, Yochid, V'Ram, Halacha Keramim. It's Chachamim neged Rameir. So of course the halacha is like the Chachamim. So Mother saying Mustafa time of the Rameir to Messiah like Krod Moshe. You would think the Mustafa the halacha is like Rameir because it's Messiah the Krod of Moshe Rabbeinu backed him up in his order. Kamash Malon that no even though Rameir has Moshe Rabbeinu, right? We're still going to go with the Chachamim. Yeah, Hahu the Nochis Kamei the Rabba Va'avad. Right, somebody went in front of Rabba, meaning he was the Chazan Va'avad Karameir, and he passed on like Rameir. Amalei Shavak to Rabbanon Va'avad Karameir says you left the Rabbanon's psak and you did like Rameir. Amalei Karameir Sviruli, he says it makes sense to me to go like Rameir. Kitzib Sefer Raisa de Moshe, like it says in the Torah that Moshe said. So to me, it sounds like you should go like Rameir and not like the Chachamim, right? And the Lamaisa, how do we paskin? So it's a big tumble in the paskin. How we paskin? The Maisa and Shulchan Aruch says we say chatasi, avisi, pashati, like the Chachamim. We go like the Chachamim. Although I didn't have time to look this up. Right before the Al-Chet in the vidui, right? So he says va'al kulam eloika slichos salach lanu machal lanu kapara lanu, right? Doesn't the Gra change it? I don't. No, not the Al Kula. Right before it. I'm sorry. Right before the Al Chet. It says. I don't remember, but the Gra Shayoshev says it differently than other shuls. Shetim chalonu akol aveinisenu v'sisach lanu akol b'sheinu. That's also part of the work. Which words of slicha and kapara go with each other, right? But should we go weiter? Should we do a little bit weiter, or
why not? What time is Mariv?
Oh, Mariv's at my Mariv's at 9.
Oh wait, but you got a
you
shower.
need to take a shower, so it's up
Right,
to you.
that's different.
Yeah, I'm
You
fine,
need to take a shower, so it's up to you.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
the
go through
share's
my-
outdoors, so the smell won't be that bad.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's go a little bit weiter. Yeah, Tana Rabbana. Yeah. V'chiper, right? And it says that he should do a kapara. The kapara is dvarim akosim adaber. Is it talking about by his meaning? What's giving the kapara? Right? We know that for a carbon, the sprinkling the blood on the mizbeach is what causes the kapara, right? But what about the kapara? What about the kapara for the Klal Yisrael and Yekivah? What's giving the kapara? So is it the kapara's dvarim, what he says of visi pashati, etc., like we're talking about? So then it says atoimer the kapara's dvarim, and a kapara's damim. Is it the words or is it the blood? Is it the spilled blood of the animal? Right? I mean, throw it on the mizbeach. Hariyani done. So I'm gonna say it this way. Nemra kan kapara. It says here kapara by the Kohen Gadol. Nemra lahalon, and it says further by the Azazel kapara. It also says kapara. Ma kapara amur b'seir devarim. The kapara by the seir is the vidui that he does. Right. Af kapara amur b'par, meaning it's not sprinkling the blood. There's no sprinkling of the blood by the azazel, right? The azazel just goes over the cliff, right? Although you could say there is going to be blood, okay, right? So, but that's not the way the Gemara is learning. It's af kapara amur b'par dvarim. So even the kapara that says by a par is dvarim. Vim nashach loymar, and if you're going to say harehu oimer, but it says v'hikrav Aaron is parachatos asher loy v'tiper ba'adoi v'ad beisoi, right? So it says that there's a kapara. This he says this. It's the Aaron is makriv the parachatos ashaloi, right? He doesn't mean makriv to being a carbon. It means he comes close to it, and then he does the kapara, and it says there's a kapara, but you didn't shecht it yet. So clearly, the kapara comes from the vidui. The par was not shechted. So that's it. So then we're saying that. Okay, sorry about that. That's the warning.
Which one it
What?
is? We're learning about Kippur or Rosh Hashanah. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and that's the warning sign. So my vim nashach loymar, meaning what does it mean if you want to say? So here's this: if you're gonna say, maybe we learn it out from the goat that does get shechted. Right? There's two goats. One gets shechted, one gets over the cliff. Who says you should learn out from the goat that goes over the cliff? Maybe you should learn out from the goat that gets shechted and the kaparas with the blood. No, it says v'chiper. And the par was not shechted. So on Talmud Aleph, uminayin sheba'ana. Okay, let's go to two dots. Uminayin sheba'ana. How do you know that he's supposed to say the word ana, right? Or really ana? Yeah, that's vidui. It starts with ana, which is literally typed as please. How do you know that you start with the word please? Nemrakan kapara. So it says by the Kohen Gadol kapara, by his power of the Kohen Gadol. Whenever la'alon b'chayrev, and it says by when Moshe did vidui by chayrev, right? He also said kapara, but by the egel, he says ulei achapra ba'ad chataschem. That's what Rashi says. So malahalon ba'ana, just like there, he's used the word ana, right? He says ana chata mazeh. That's the lashon that Moshe used. Afkan ba'ana. So too here. By the Kohen, you also say Ana. And how do you know that you use Hashem's name? Right? Ana Hashem, Nemar Kan Kapara. Whenever by Egla Rufa Kapara, it says Kapara here, and it says by Egla Rufa, right? Egla Rufa is defined as a dead person laying in the street. So you have to bring the Egla Rufa, and you have to do a vidui. Malalan b'shem, just like over there, it's a shame. Afkan b'shem. There's also here, it's also a shame. So Amar Abaye, Bishlam b'chayrev me'agot me'egla Rufa lo yoliv. So it's good. We can't learn out chayrev, right, from the egel, from egla rufa my dahava, because what happened, right? Which saying it's already meaning what the tshuva that they're doing for what happened by the egel is it happened already. Ella egla rufa, right? But egla rufa tail of michayrev egla rufa you should learn out from chayrev. If you say, yeah, we do, but the Ganim say that you should be mechaper for your nation of Yisrael. There they didn't say ana. Meaning, so we have two places to learn it out from. We can learn it out from Egla Rufa, or we can learn it out from chayrev. But by chayrev, it didn't say ana. Kasha, meaning basically we have three places to learn out the word ana and to learn the word Hashem. Right? If it doesn't say it, if one of them it says ana, one of them it doesn't. So how do you know which way to learn? Which meaning it's a triangle. Which way do you go? So maybe you don't know to learn the word ana and the word shem. Okay, so the Gemara leads off by kasha, which we said that kasha means that it doesn't mean it's slugged up. It just means that there are tirutzim, but they're not such gishmaka tirutzim. Okay, let's just finish to the Mishnah, I guess. No, might as well push it. Right? So they answer Baruch Shem Kvay Machasai. Tanya Rebbe Yomer Kishem Hashem Ekra Habu Gadol Lelakenu. Right, call out in the name of Hashem and give greatness to our Hashem. Amar Lam Moshe Yisrael. Moshe said to Yisrael, B'Shoshani Maskish Moshe Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Whenever I mention Hashem's name, Atem Havu Gadol, you have to give godless. So that's why they would have to say Baruch Shem when they heard Hashem's name. Chanani ben Achai Reb Shua Aimer, Zecher Tzadik Levracha. They're supposed to say, not they're supposed to say, when somebody says Zecher Tzadik Levracha, Amar Lahem, so Amar Lahem Navi Yisrael, so the Navi said to Yisrael, B'shasha ani maskit Tzadik, Hailomim ata tenu bracha. Whenever I say Tzadik Hailomim, right? Then you have to say, give a bracha. So that's what it means. Zecher, when you mention the word of a tzaddik, the tzaddik, you say Zecher tzaddik bracha. We're learning out meaning the same when you say Hashem's name, Kishem Hashem Ekra. So you have to give greatness, which is Baruch Shem. So then when you mention the words of a tzaddik, so then you say Zecher tzaddik lebracha. Right? Which I don't know if this is talking about when he's no longer alive or even when he's alive. Right? I mean, we use it as when he's not alive, but I don't from this Gemara, I wasn't sure if it's mashma to do this alive or not alive. Okay, either way, fine. All right, everybody should have a good Yom Tif. Well,
what daf was it? Lamed Zayin. Lamed Zayin is Monday or is Tuesday already?
Lamed Zayin is Tuesday. Yeah,
it's Tuesday. So okay, so Tuesday night we're ice maker. Quick question on Yom Tif. Do you have to turn that off in order to take ice?
Don't hang up. He called me back. He said it depends which type. So I'm going to call him back now.
What time are we doing Tuesday night?
What do you say?
What time are we doing Tuesday night?
Figure about 9:35.
Okay.
9:35 around 9:40. Yeah.
Ice maker have to turn off in order to take ice out from an ice maker in the fridge, or
it depends.
What does it depend on?
If it's full or not.
It's full now.
Oh.
Question, almost full. Don't you have to turn it off?
It was a joke.
Yeah. Okay.
No, saying is it gonna when you pull out the ice? Is it gonna make more ice?
If I go below the line, it'll make more ice. Yes.
But so then you certainly can't do it below the line.
Okay, so I should turn it off, and then I'm safe. Okay, I'm turning it off. Okay.
So why don't you just turn it off?
Because I want more ice in case I want it to be full. I have
you can't make more ice.
Okay, that's what I was asking on Yom Tif, if you can make more ice. I know on Shabbos I turn it off. I didn't know if Yom Tif was different.
I'm sorry to bother you. Just somebody wanted it for a shul that's up a whole night. They have somebody's Starbucks.
No, I wanted it for my house.
Let me have him on the Zoom. I was just giving a shit. I don't know what flavor.
One is the blonde.
Blonde,
and then the regular one.
That's dairy equipment, so that's okay.
Okay, and then the regular plain no flavor.
Regular plain no flavor. Dark roast. What's the other option?
It's dark roast. Dark
roast. Dairy equipment.
They're both dairy
there you
equipment.
go.
No
both
problem, right?
dairy equipment. Yeah.
Okay, Givaldic.
All right,
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Should I bring the Vias?
People
the
staying up a
Starbucks
whole night
Vias?
and learning. That's what That's,
No, I have.
Okay.
If someone wants a hot coffee, they can go inside and get a hot coffee.
Baruch Hashem.
Okay,
Thank you. I
fine.
appreciate it.
All right. Say.
All right. How's that for protexia right there, huh?
Look at you, Yaakov.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
not.
you can drink-
I'm going to say good Yom Tif to you now. I'm not coming to your Brock with David.
You have to be
I have to go to-
inflation.
Yes, you can drink it after flashes. You can drink it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm happy I bought it then.
Yeah. I don't drink coffee. That's the only thing.
What do you want? What do you want to drink?
Well, it's not. You're not going out now.
You want some sherry cask?
Maybe.
Jack, what do you like to drink, no?
I don't know. What does that mean? I know. What do you have anything with caffeine that's not diet?
Yeah, I got. Don't worry.
I'm not worried. That's why.
Jack, I'll bring you the Coca-Cola energy drink, cherry.
Okay, that sounds like a good thing.
A couple of Red Bulls.
Yeah. What's the name usually brings 5-hour energies? What's the name? Who?
Have a good Yom Tif. What time is your?
Yanovsky.
Oh, Yanovsky brings it?
I don't know if he's bringing it this year. But in the days in Shayoshim he did.
Liner shares at 12 o'clock. It didn't change. We didn't make a new schedule.
Okay. Fine. Have a good Yom Tif. I'll see you later. I'm
Good
not
Yom Tif.
coming to shul now.
Yeah.
I'm going over here.
All right.
Good Yom Tif, everybody.
Enjoy.
Liner, send us your
Yes.
itinerary, Liner.
No, come on.
Goodbye.
Yom Tif.
Tag is over.
See, I'll give.
Yes.
Is one allowed to say that this Shavuos should also be the beginning of the journey to which HaKadosh Baruch Hu answered Salachti Kedvarecha?
What's wrong with saying that?
I don't know. Ultimately, that's what Shavuos was.
Oh, read that.
Lamaisa Kabbalah Satayr was Erev Yom Tov.
I'm gonna see all dirty.
Matan
Right.
Torah ended in a broken Luchos Yom Kippur.
Right.
I was just gonna say this whole Amud, this Salachti, this Avodah is the Avodah of Salachti Kedvarecha, which started on Shavuos. The whole Amud today is a Shavuos sugya.
I hear. Okay. I don't know, man. I know. I heard about this stolen thing. I don't know what's going on. You brought it up, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I didn't bring it up.
No, you brought up like this year. I thought you were saying like this year, like.
No, I mean this Amud, this today's
understand. I understand what you were saying, but then when you said it, I was like,
oh yeah.
Whatever. No, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it's a good order. It's a good order. All right, I'm gonna jump in the shower. Okay.
Right, so have a good Yom Tov,
Yom Tov, and you should feel good, and you should have a really good Yom Tov.
Amen.
All right. Tag is on.
All right.
All right.